Bazalwane, there are these things that are a bit disturbing in the Bible. There's somewhere where Jesus said that not everybody who calls me Lord, Lord will make it into heaven. There's somewhere where the Apostle Paul said, in a race, everybody runs, but not everybody wins. So these things, Jesus even made it worse, and he said, if you want to build a house, you must be careful that you don't start building and then you fail to conclude that house because you did not plan carefully. So he was saying that if anybody wants to follow me, must think carefully about the implications of following me. Even as we had the last few Sundays, Muruti was preaching about following Christ. So when you get saved, there are 4 habits that you must master as a Christian. If you fail to master the 4 habits, it is very possible that you will be one of those who start but not finish. You start the race, then it becomes as if you are accompanying other people, but you yourself are not going there. The 4 habits of Christians. The first one is about amen or about prayer, which simply means that you must pray daily. You must have a habit of prayer. Number 1, prayer. Number 2, reading the Bible as a habit. Number 3, meeting with other Christians or attending church or joining the family of God or joining the business of God the Father. Like Jesus said, did you not know that I must be about the Father's business? That is number 3. Number 4, it's about you are the light of the world. You are the salt of the earth. You must make disciples of all nations. If any Christian does these 4 things, if he has a habit of these 4 things, if he does these 4 things habitually, I suggest that that Christian is not going to fail to make it. I suggest that these 4 habits will help each Christian to make it through. These 4 habits. Prayer, which means you talk to God the Father. Reading the Bible, which means God the Father talks to you. Joining the family and joining the family business, which means going to church and doing what the family does. And also discipling or helping other people to be like you, leading them and helping other people. These are very good habits that if every Christian can have them and make sure that they implement them, they will be successful Christians. And if you don't have these as your habits, perhaps you are not a real Christian or as much of a Christian as you think you are. You cannot be. It is not possible that you can say you're a Christian, you're a child of God, but you don't pray, you don't talk to God the Father. It's not possible. You must talk to God the Father. You must talk to your God, to your Father. And it can be true that you say, I'm a Christian, but you don't allow God the Father to talk back to you, which is through reading the Bible. It's not possible. You can't say you're a Christian, but you're not part of the family of God. You're not doing what God is doing. You're not involved. You're not minding his business. You don't care about what he's doing. And you say, yeah, I'm part of the family, but you're not involved in what the family is doing. I mean, it's not possible. And it's also not possible that if you find something good, that you say this is a good thing, but then I'm not willing to show other people how to be like me. Because Jesus said his disciples must be like him. He said it's okay for a disciple to be as good as his teacher. He said that. And Paul said, follow me as I follow Christ. So you cannot say, I'm like Jesus, I'm like Paul, I'm like the disciples, and yet you don't have a disciple. I mean, it's just impossible. So these 4 habits, if you don't have them, it will be very difficult for you to convince us that you are a real Christian, that you are a true Christian. Just like a fake money, a counterfeit money. You might find that you are a counterfeit Christian. You look like a Christian, but you are not quite a Christian. Somebody was saying like you are more like the Diet Coke of Christian, or you are like the margarine, you're not like the real butter, or like, the Fong Kong, the hypocrite, these plastic flowers, which are not real flowers. You don't do these 4 things, you can consider yourself to be like one of those things.